I'm going to now make the GUI text quest steps. And I'm going to say, I thought it was in the wrong engine there. Thought I could right click there. Create empty. It's just an empty game object. Should be, no, okay. So that's my new game object. Oh yeah, the other one I can't see it is because it's down on the ground. That was going to be a little bit confusing. So that way I know what is what. Move it up just a little bit. So this is going to be called GUI text quest steps. So let's just rename it. That's it. Now, right click in here, add FSM, and this is going to be called, well, the first state is just going to be called, well, it's called state 1, but I probably should call it setup, but we'll just keep it state 1 now, first. So we're going to need 4 variables, and we're going to be using one of the global variables. Let's see if the global variables here. Yeah, we're going to be using quest stage. Okay. Let's set up the local variables first. First one is going to be text stage. And this one, we're going to make an integer. So we can update it numerically and check against it. Okay. And it's the integer, yeah, that's right. Text stage, and then we're going to have a new one that's going to be called quest text 1. Now I'm going to try to copy this. There we go. Oh boy. Stupid page. I was in a renaming one, and this is actually going to be a string. Yeah. Click away, you get the new renaming one, the renaming dialog. You get the the add new variable dialog. Quest text 2, and click away. It'll get quite complicated if you walk away for a moment. Okay, so there we have it. That's right. 3 string variables, so we can actually write something on the screen, and 1 integer variable that we can update numerically and check against. Okay. Before I leave the variables, you're not going to have it. So if you don't, you're not going to have it depends on what order you did this is, but we need a variable called quest stage. That's actually a global variable. So if you don't have it, type in here the name, set the integer, set this to the integer, and then hit add. And be careful, make sure you spell it like this. Okay? So once again, type that in here, make sure it's an integer, and hit add. And then it will show up here, and we can use it later on. So yeah, let's see. Next thing is we need to set up our double check the states. Oh yeah, so this first state actually is going to set all the strings, all the text of the strings, and it's going to set the integer value of the stage to 1, because when we first start, we're at stage 1, and then it's going to write that text up on the screen. Okay, so we need a set string. We need actually 3 set strings. Again, let's go here. String is basically alphanumeric text, and we're going to need 1 set integer. set int value and set GUI text. Okay, so the first one is going to be set. Oh, actually, you know, I want to do that last, and I want to do this one third. So I want to first set these. Well, what are they going to be? Well, it's going to be GUI text 1. This is when I get to it, going to be GUI text 2. This is going to be, well, actually it's called quest text, sorry, quest text. Now, what do I want to write in here? Okay, I'm going to keep mine short. Find power source. To save team. Or, yeah, okay. Save team, put out fire. Yeah, save team. Sorry about that. Second time, the door is locked. Control panel is locked. Find descrambler. You know, I could probably set here also. Now, this one didn't work. And I wrote hurry. I'm just going to write hurry again now, just to see if I can get this one working. But I had something set wrong someplace, so I think it skipped this one. But yeah, I think I'm counting to 2 instead of 1. I think it skips this one, but we'll get to it. So this is going to be, we're going to be sent integer value of of the quest stage, which is global. Quest stage. Now look, it's going to actually show up in our variables that we're using. We're using one of them. Okay, so we didn't have to add it here, but if you added here for the first time, it would be here. But if it's already there, it already will let you pick it. Obviously, it's a global variable. Set GUI text. This is actually going to be use the owner. Yeah, this is the owner because this is the GUI. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we have a GUI text set right here to it, so that's nice. Yeah, I don't remember adding that component. But if you maybe it automatically added it when I added the GUI here, or set GUI. But if you need to, you can obviously go here and you can set one of these here. Okay, that's how you would have to actually pick it. By the way, look, I can actually do, if I have a little icon I want to throw up on the screen, I can do that too, which, you know, might be kind of cool. So anyway, let's go back here. Set, it's going to just use the owner, and yeah, this first one we're going to actually set to text one, because we want this to appear when the player first starts. Okay, oops. Okay, there we go. So now we need to put a finish state on here, so after it does all this, it can come out of here and continue. Add transition, finished. Before I continue, I need to actually set up some events. Forgot to do that. So let's go back to events. We're going to have a finish event, which we've already have because we created it here, right? Built in. Then we're going to have advanced quest stage and set to stage 2 and set to stage 3. So let's add in first event here. It's going to be called advanced quest stage. Advanced quest stage. Advanced quest stage. That's it. Okay. Hit enter. Next one's going to be, now it automatically made this global because another the GoQuest manager is already using this, but if on yours, if you created this first, you'd have to make sure that you click this, okay, to make sure that that's global. But since we already have it, it recognized it, and that's very good. And now set to stage 2. That's not going to be global. Set to stage 3. Okay. Now we can go back and start making our next state, which is going to be listener. Now this listener is just going to wait for a call from the GoQuest manager. Okay, so that means we just have to tell it to find that transition here, GoQuest stage. Advanced quest stage, and that's going to be coming from the manager here. Send event. Let me go back here and add this. Okay. I'll get this set up, then I'll go back and update the other ones to keep it nice and uncomplicated, or simpler, as simple as possible. So let's add those together. Okay, so we got finished, goes out to here, the listener, and that's going to just get a call. And once it gets a call, it's got to do something. Advanced quest stage. Well, that means it needs to check the stage, update the current status, then check the status. So it's going to add a state here. This is going to be quest stage check. Okay. And in this one, we can go ahead and add our two transitions or events. Set to stage 1, set to stage 3. Do that first, and then add transition, set to stage 2. Actually, I wanted to put this on the bottom, so can I delete that? Delete transition, and maybe now put this at the bottom. Yeah, okay. 2 and 3. You want to hook this one up. Okay, little by little we're building on it. Now in this event, we need to do the int switch and compare, and then decide what are current stages and go out and do what needs to be done. So action is going to be int switch, integer switch. Okay. And it's going to be, we're going to be comparing the quest stage here, and int switch to hit this. There we go. And that's going to give us two switches. So then we're going to check, see if it's 2, and check to see if it's 3, and then we're going to, if it's 2, we're going to go to set stage 2. Remember, these are variables or events that we set up here, that we're using here. Okay, and then here it's going to be stage 3. So these correspond obviously to these two here, and that's pretty easy to set up. Now, once you get half of these done and get all your variables in, or the ones that you can't get in, it goes pretty quick if you know what you're doing. And okay, let's continue. Now we're going to update the text, and 2 and on 3. So we need 2 more. This is going to be update text 2. And we can actually just go straight out here, start working on it little by little. We know we're going to need a finished event here, so might as well go add transition finished, Now let's set this up. We're just going to set some GUI text. Oops. Set GUI text. Textures for a little photo. Yeah, a little icon or something. I might come back and actually add that. That might be kind of cool. So, game object. It's going to be the owner, and what text are we going to use? Quest text 2, which we probably set up here. In the beginning, door control panels locked. So we've updated the quest, and now we're going to show this on the stage. I mean on the screen. Oops, we go here, and now we're going to do quest. Click here, you get a list. Quest text 2. One is already there, so we don't need to do anything with that, right? And then when we finish this, we're going to come back to the listener and wait for the next one. Because the next time we come through here, this is going to decide that we're at 3, and at 3 we're going to do something very similar, if not the same thing. Yeah, very similar. So in that case, I'm just going to see if I can copy this. Copy state. That whole state. I'll paste. There we go. I did it wrong before. So this is going to be update text 3. Not 23. 3, my friend. And then we're going to do text 3. That's it. From here, oops. From here, we go in here, got rid of that little red mark, and from here, we're finished. Well, what's going to happen? We're going to go back to here. Okay? Now, if I wanted to do the other text, I could keep going and put multiple. Whoa, what is it? Quest stage 3. Okay. It was acting funny. So, yeah, here we go. That should pretty much work.